Kimpel from ASPET, who will give us an introduction about who will talk about the ASPET and also the special section in the next molecular pharmacology. Of course, I can now hand it over to them. Thanks for being here and thanks for sponsoring us.
Great. Thank you for the introduction, and thank you for allowing us at ASPET to speak with you for a few minutes. So I'm going to share my slides real quick. So hopefully you can see my slides. There you go. Great. So first and foremost, ASPET stands for the American Society for Pharmacology and Experimental Therapeutics. And we are very proud and happy to be a sponsor of this event. I'm going to tell you a little bit about us, and then I'm going to hand over to my colleague here, Dr. Kimpel, to talk about one of our divisions that I think would be most relevant to the attendees here. But ASPET is a 4,000-member scientific society that's focused on supporting and advancing the field of pharmacology. So very excited to be with this symposium with you all today. At the core of what ASPET does, you'll see the 4 components of what we call our strategic plan. So the pillars of what we are attempting to do in support of pharmacology every day. We are looking to build an inclusive and diverse culture within the field of pharmacology. We aim to be the professional home for anyone in the field. We also try to be the leading voice promoting pharmacology with its importance both at a government affairs perspective as well as the general public, to make sure everyone appreciates just how important pharmacology is in so much that we do in the biomedical research enterprise. And then finally, we aim for ASPET to be viewed as an authoritative scientific resource, and we do that through our journals, through our annual meeting, and through other programs throughout the year. As I mentioned, we have 4,000 members, give or take, here at ASPET, and one thing we're happy to extend to the attendees today is if you have never been a member of ASPET before, my slides are advancing, but you're interested and want to try it out, we are offering a 30% discount for any new members today. So if you use that code on your screen, ECI 2024, when you go to aspet.org and look to join, if you enter that code, you'll get 30% off membership dues, and we hope you'll try us out. Our theory is if you give ASPET a shot and experience it, you'll want to stick around. You'll find it meaningful and engaging. And we think that you'll be interested in being a member with us in the future. So I hope if you've never experienced or haven't been a member with ASPET before, that you'll give it a shot or think about it at least. So a few major programs that I think this audience will be most interested in that I wanted to share today. ASPET 2025 is the ASPET annual meeting, and that is going to be taking place in Portland, Oregon, in April 3rd to 6th in 2025. The last couple of years, we've had about 1,000 attendees, researchers, educators, all stripes and all sides of pharmacology attend our meeting, and abstracts are open soon for those who are interested in being a part of the ASPET 2025 annual meeting. And if you are interested, we have a wide variety of travel awards and speaking opportunities that hopefully would be of interest to you. And we would encourage you to submit an abstract if you're interested in being part of this meeting by November 7th to be eligible for these opportunities. The newest member benefit we just launched last month is what we call ASPET Mentor Match. And this is a virtual mentor matching program that allows anyone to volunteer as either both a mentor or a mentee. So whichever side of relationship you're interested in, and really how long and how intensive that relationship is up to you as the individual signing up for it. So we're trying to provide this tool that allows for goal setting. We provide career resources to help you develop and chart that path for where you're going as a member or in your careers in pharmacology. And we make sure that we provide it whenever you want it. It's at your convenience for when you want to fill it out. It's a year-round opportunity. And then we have an algorithm through this platform that identifies someone who would be that best match for you, whether it's the mentee or mentor side of things. So we're very happy and excited to launch this new program, and I think it's just another great reason to be a member at ASPET. One other new program, a relatively new program that I think this audience would be interested in, is the Editorial Fellowship Program. It's aimed at senior postdocs, fellows, and junior faculty members. But what it does, it builds important skills as a peer reviewer and as an editor with three of the ASPET journals you see here. So JPET, DMD, and MolPharm. We've done the first 2 years were with JPET, and based on the success and the interest we've seen in others to be a part of this program, we've expanded it to DMD and MolPharm in the 2025 year. So this is something I'll be opening up for applications in November. And if you're interested, I encourage you to check it out on our website. And I think it will be something that can really help you just understand and be part of the peer review process, and hopefully help develop you in your career path as well. And then finally, before I hand it over to Dr. Kimple, this last slide just provides a number of other benefits and reasons that you might want to check out ASPET, become a member, or just be engaged with our community. We have our Career Center. We have our mentoring network. That's a more intensive mentoring experience for those who really want a formalized program that lasts about 6 months. But we have great responses in terms of what it provides from the mentoring experience. We have our online member community called ASPET Connect, where you can connect with your colleagues, your peers, virtually throughout the year. And then finally, with your ASPET membership, you get to become a member of one of our 10 divisions. In particular, that's where I'm going to hand over to Dr. Kimple to talk to you about our molecular pharmacology division.
Perfect. Thank you, Dave. So as Dr. Jackson said, I'm going to be speaking to you briefly about the division for molecular pharmacology. And I am the current chair of the executive committee of the division, which was why I was invited to speak today. So just briefly, our division mission is to serve members applying approaches of biochemistry, biophysics, genetics, and molecular biology to study molecular mechanisms of drug action. And if you're at this meeting, of course, your interests in research are applicable. I've just listed some of the areas that would be highly relevant to our division, and like drug receptor effector coupling and regulation, of course, G proteins and GPCRs and others. Of course, at this point, there's many more areas that would fit into molecular pharmacology. And if your research isn't directly relevant to molecular pharmacology, or maybe you want to go into that direction, you can always select molecular pharmacology as a secondary division when you join ASPET. Next. So the division goals are to develop programming and sponsor symposium colloquia at the ASPET annual meeting. We sponsor other meetings of interest for our division members, such as the meeting you're attending today. We would like to foster interactions between academia and industry, and I think particularly this is an area where we really want to grow. So if you're in industry and are interested in being involved, we'd love to hear from you. We aim to establish a presence for the division on social media to get our word out. And one of our biggest initiatives is to promote the career development of junior members. And I'll talk a little bit about that in the next slide or two. Next. So getting right into that, in addition to the typical graduate, student, and postdoctoral travel and oral presentation awards, which some of you may be eligible for, we sponsor 2 different early career awards. One has existed for quite a while and is called the Early Career Award, that recognizes scholarly achievements of junior investigators within 15 years or their postdoctorate degree, and are in independent careers, meaning that they aren't eligible for a postdoctoral award anymore. You get ASPET meeting registration, travel, honorarium, and keynote presentation. You're invited to join the executive committee for 2 years. For this award, you have to be nominated by an ASPET member, but if you are an ASPET member, self-nominations are highly encouraged. In fact, I nominated myself the year that I won the award, so don't be shy. And the nomination portal is actually closed. It closed a couple days ago, but for next year, you can just keep in mind that it opens in July and will close in September. And then we review all of these within the executive committee and select the award winners. We also have a relatively new initiative called the Early Career ASPET Award or Abstract Award, and it recognizes the top 3 top scoring abstracts submitted by early career scientists who are presenting at the ASPET annual meeting. It has the same eligibility criteria as the Early Career Award. You receive complimentary registration and there's a cash prize. And while you aren't invited to be a full member, you are invited to attend the executive committee meeting that's held at the ASPET session, so you can really get a feel of what we talk about, what we do, what we'd like to expand in the future. Next. So if you want to get involved, you can volunteer to review abstracts and judge posters. You can submit proposals for ASPET symposia of interest to our division. You can become involved in the executive committee. The chair and secretary treasurer are elected by the larger ASPET community, but within our division, we elect regular committee members, a communications officer, program committee representative. And then, of course, as I mentioned, there are members that are invited from the abstract awards. And definitely follow us on social media and tag, repost. We love to see that. We love to see potential new faces that we could reach out to in the future. We're on LinkedIn and Twitter, which I refuse to call X. So find us there and tag us. Next. And just briefly, we'd like to talk about this special issue of Emerging Voices in GPCR Biology with a spotlight on early career investigators that will be an issue of molecular pharmacology. I'm not going to go through everything here. You can read more about it or scan the QR code. But just excitingly, there's no submission fees and no page charges for publishing in this special issue, which is an offer that's extended to all the attendees at this meeting. Next. And then finally, if you're interested or want more info, please contact us. As I mentioned, I'm the chair. My email address is up there, but you can find me on ASPET Connect. If you know or are more comfortable with talking with our past chair, Maureen Linder, or Laura Wingler, please feel free to contact them. I don't have space to talk about all of the members of our committee. We have over 20, but you can also find our members and their contact information on ASPET Connect. So I think that's all we have.
Thanks, Dr. Jackson and Dr. Kimball, for the very nice introduction and also explaining about this special section. It was very nice to hear. Thank you again for sponsoring. And so we conclude the ASPET session now. And since we have 2 minutes of buffer time before our next session, if you want to grab a coffee or tea or water snack, just take the moment